Well, hello again. Now we are in the third week of the shutdown for this coronavirus. Everything's going all right here in Kingsnimpton, I think. People are turning out and doing everything for everybody else, getting their shopping and all that. It's wonderful, really. We had some marvellous weather, but I'll tell you what, the wind turned today, and yesterday's this freezing wind blowing down, although the sun's shining. And I always worry about Mary Ann at times like this, because she suffers greatly from the wind. But never mind. I often think about the two of them, you know, and Bert, I mentioned the fact that he was, you know, fond of the drink, but he's a crafty old sod as well, you know. I remember about 3 months ago, a young couple moved into the village. They bought themselves their first cottage, and they settled in, and they made themselves popular, and they met up the pub with Bert, and they knew all about him and everything like that. And one Sunday, in the morning, he was in bed having his toast and marmalade and cup of coffee she'd brought up to him and reading the Telegraph, and she then had a shower. And as she was just stepping out from the shower, the doorbell rang. So she said to her husband, "I'll go and get that." She wrapped a towel round her and went down, opened the front door, and there was Bert standing there. She said, "Hello, Bert." He said, "Oh, hello, how are you?" She said, "Fine, thank you. What can I do for you?" He said, "Rather it's what you can do for me, my dear." She said, "What's that?" He said, "Look, I'll tell you what, I'll give you £800 if you just drop the towel. Just for a minute, that's all." So she looked around, there was nobody else looking at all, you know, and she thought £800 is £800, isn't it? So what she did, she smiled, dropped the towel, stood there for a minute, picked it up. Bert then passed her £800. Gosh, she went indoors happy as a cricket, and she was halfway up the stairs because she wasn't going to tell her husband what had happened, obviously not. And her husband shouted out, he said, "Who's that?" She said, "It was only Bert." He said, "Oh, good, has he brought that £800 he owes me?" Crafty devil, eh? Mind you, the other day I was worried sick about him because Mary Ann rang up and said, "Bert's in that awful state. He can't stand up straight, he's bent over." So I went up there, see, and there was Bert, bent over. You've never seen anything like it. And he was in a bit of a state because he's a bit worried about it. He said, "I'm paralysed." I said, "Well, perhaps we'll ring, 111, but on further looking at him, I thought, I know what your problem is. He said, "What's that?" I said, "You're buttoning your waistcoat up to your flies." Talking about waistcoats too. I can remember about 5 or 6 years ago, in June, they'd had a lovely harvest, Bert and Mary Ann. And Mary Ann said to him, "Come, we've never had a holiday. Can we go for a holiday?" And he said, "Yes, I said, go for a holiday." She said, "Where to?" He said, "Bude." "Oh," she said, "that's lovely. I love Bude. When should we go?" He said, "Sunday." She said, "How long should we stay there?" He said, "The whole day." So what they did, they drove across to Bude, and the beach was like a ribbon of gold set against the blue azure of the sky. And the water looked lovely, and he went behind a rock, he changed his, "I'm going for a swim." He had his long johns on, and then he dived, and he had a beautiful time frolicking about. Then he got back, got dressed, and on their way back they got as far as Hatherley. And he turned, he said, "I've lost my waistcoat." She said, "You haven't." He said, "I've lost my waistcoat." She said, "That's your best suit." He said, "I can't help that," he said. Well, she said, "You can't go back now, we've come too far, that's it." Well, come June, they had another lovely harvest. And Mary Ann said, "Can us go on another holiday?" And he said, "Yes, us will go on another holiday. We'll go to Bude again." Oh, they went to Bude on the Sunday for the whole day, as he said before. And when he got there, the beach was like a ribbon of gold set against the blue azure of the sky. He said, "I'm going in for a swim." So he got changed behind the self-same rock, and suddenly she heard a cry, "Yeah!" She said, "What's the matter?" He said, "I found my waistcoat." She said, "Where was it? In the sand?" He said, "No, it was under my vest all the time." There we are, ladies and gentlemen. See you again. More tales from Kingsnimpton. Keep well.